What if everything you believed about protein and aging was quietly making your muscles weaker every single day? Most people over 70 are eating the same foods, thinking they are doing everything right, but losing muscle anyway. The truth is, your body after 70 does not respond to protein the same way it did 20 years ago. There are 6 specific foods scientifically proven to outperform eggs for building muscle in adults over 70 years old. These are not expensive superfoods or supplements you find only in specialty stores or health clinics across the country. Every single food on this list costs less than $2 per pound at your regular grocery store right now. And the number one food on this list was identified by one of the world's top longevity research institutes recently. Researchers found it contains a compound that directly fights the primary biological reason muscle building becomes so hard after 75. This is not opinion wellness content or guesswork from someone online. This is clinical science translated into real food choices. This is science you can use, starting with your very next meal, today, without any prescription or expensive supplement needed. Let us start the countdown with number 6, a food the fitness world ignored for seniors for far too long. That food is cottage cheese, and before you roll your eyes, let me tell you what the science actually says. After 70, your body develops a condition called anabolic resistance, which means your muscles become much harder to repair and rebuild. Think of it like a stubborn door that once swung open easily, but now requires long, sustained pressure to move. Fast-digesting proteins rush in and disappear before your resistant aging muscles have had enough time to absorb and respond. Cottage cheese contains casein protein, which releases amino acids slowly into your bloodstream over a full 5 to 7 hours. A study found older adults consuming casein before sleep had 22% greater overnight muscle repair compared to others. That is not a small number for a body that is fighting muscle loss every single night while you sleep. Eat 3/4 of a cup of full-fat cottage cheese within 30 minutes of going to bed every night. Stir in 1 teaspoon of honey, because natural sugars create a small insulin response that carries amino acids into muscles. Number 5 has one of the most impressive leucine to cost ratios of any food you can possibly buy today. Leucine is the single amino acid that acts as the biological ignition key for your entire muscle protein synthesis process. Without enough leucine in a meal, your muscles simply cannot start building, no matter how much total protein you eat. That food is canned tuna, and a single 5-ounce can delivers 25 grams of complete protein affordably. Researchers found adults over 65 need at least 3 grams of leucine per meal to trigger muscle synthesis properly. That is 40% more leucine than younger adults need, and canned tuna delivers right at that critical threshold amount. 1 can of tuna at lunch 3 to 4 times per week is enough to hit that precise leucine target. Do not drain all the water from the can, because water-soluble amino acids leach into the packing liquid during canning. Drizzle 1 tablespoon of olive oil over the tuna, because oleic acid reduces muscle cell inflammation, blocking your protein absorption. This Mediterranean pairing has been used for generations, and now science tells us precisely and clearly why it always worked. Number 4 is going to surprise everyone who believes plant protein cannot compete with animal protein for muscle building in seniors. That food is black beans, and they actually beat eggs in a head-to-head muscle synthesis clinical comparison. Published, a major study found legume eaters had 31% greater preservation of lean muscle mass over a 3-year period. That result was independent of total protein intake, which tells you something beyond protein itself is doing the biological work inside. Black beans contain resistant starch, which feeds good gut bacteria that produce compounds, reducing the inflammation blocking your muscles from growing. After 70, gut inflammation rises significantly, and that inflammation is directly connected to the anabolic resistance destroying your muscle tissue daily. Cook black beans from dried rather than canned, because dried beans retain significantly more of the beneficial resistant starch content. Eat a half-cup serving 3 to 5 times per week at lunch, when digestive enzymes are most active. Pair your black beans with brown rice at the same meal, because together they form a complete amino acid profile. Rice gives methionine that beans lack, and beans give lysine that rice lacks, creating one powerful, complete muscle-building package. This combination costs less per gram of complete protein than almost anything else available at your local grocery store today. Number 3 is the food I personally recommend to nearly every patient over 70 who comes concerned about their muscle loss. When I tell them what it is, they always give me a puzzled look and quietly ask, "Is that really it?" Yes, that is it. And the food is canned sardines, eaten with the soft, edible bones still completely intact inside. Sardines contain a molecule called carnosine, which buffers the acid that builds up inside your muscle fibers during everyday movement. That acid buildup is one of the main reasons older muscles fatigue so fast and recover so frustratingly slowly. Daily, research found carnosine in older adults reduced muscle fatigue markers by 27% over just 12 weeks of consistent eating. Sardines also deliver complete protein vitamin D at over 100% of the daily senior value, plus natural CoQ10. After 75, your mitochondrial CoQ10 levels drop by up to 57%, making muscles feel like they work through cement. 1 tin of wild-caught sardines in olive oil, eaten 4 times per week, begins reversing this specific, dangerous decline today. Eat the bones. They are completely soft and safe, and deliver calcium critical for triggering every single muscle contraction properly. Squeeze fresh lemon juice over the sardines, and add a small side of kimchi or sauerkraut as your synergy pairing. The probiotics in fermented vegetables improve the gut environment, absorbing sardine protein, and enhance CoQ10 bioavailability by up to 24%. Number 2 represents the single biggest missed opportunity in senior nutrition anywhere across the entire United States of America today. It is affordable, available in every grocery store, consumed by populations with lowest sarcopenia rates, yet absent from American senior plates. That food is firm tofu, and I understand the hesitation, because tofu has a serious reputation problem in Western culture entirely. But 100 grams of firm tofu contains 17 grams of complete soy protein, with leucine content rivaling chicken breast. Tofu costs approximately $1.50 for a full block, providing 3 to 4 generous and affordable servings for seniors. It contains a compound called genistein, which research from Tufts University found directly affects the mTOR pathway in aging muscle cells. The mTOR pathway is the master control system for muscle protein synthesis. Think of it as the chief executive of muscles. After 70, mTOR activity declines sharply, which is why muscles stop responding even when you are eating adequate amounts of protein. Genistein in tofu partially reactivates mTOR signaling in aging cells, essentially waking up a system that has been slowly shutting down. Press your tofu before cooking by wrapping in a towel and placing something heavy on top for 20 full minutes. Pan-sear it in avocado oil until golden on both sides, then season with soy sauce and fresh ginger generously. Gingerol in fresh ginger reduces the specific muscle inflammation driving anabolic resistance, creating a more receptive environment for genistein to work. Eat tofu 4 to 5 times per week in servings of at least 150 grams for maximum benefit. And now we arrive at number 1. The food under $2 a pound that longest living populations have eaten for centuries. The food identified by the Buck Institute for Research on Aging as addressing the core biological failure of muscle building after 75. That food is red lentils, prepared in a very specific way I am going to describe, precisely because preparation changes everything here. Red lentils contain one of the highest concentrations of the amino acid arginine found in any plant food available today. Arginine is the direct precursor to nitric oxide production in your blood vessel walls. And this is where everything changes completely. Nitric oxide causes blood vessels to relax and widen, delivering more blood, more oxygen, and more nutrients directly into your muscles. After 70, your nitric oxide production drops by approximately 50%, meaning muscles receive dramatically less fuel, regardless of how much you eat. Lentils do not just give your muscles raw materials, they solve the delivery problem silently, accelerating your muscle decline every single day. Research found arginine-derived nitric oxide in legume-eating older adults correlated with 33% greater post-exercise muscle repair consistently. But beyond arginine, red lentils contain something no other food on this list delivers in meaningful quantity, and that is spermidine. Spermidine is one of the only naturally occurring compounds shown to trigger autophagy, which is your body's own cellular cleaning process inside muscles. In aging muscles, accumulated cellular debris is one of the primary accelerators of decline, and spermidine sends in the cleaning crew. Research in Nature Medicine found adults with higher dietary spermidine showed significantly better preservation of muscle mass into their 80s consistently. Use red lentils specifically, not green or brown, because red lentils have higher arginine content and cook faster, preserving key nutrients. Cook them in low-sodium chicken or vegetable broth rather than plain water, because broth creates a richer, complete nutritional environment. Simmer on low heat for 15 to 18 minutes, because high boiling heat degrades spermidine content by up to 30%. Add a full teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper, because curcumin fights the inflammation causing anabolic resistance directly. The piperine in black pepper increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%, meaning without pepper, you barely absorb any turmeric benefits at all. Stir in 1 tablespoon of tahini after cooking, because tahini provides methionine, the one amino acid lentils lack, completing the protein profile. Eat 1 cup of cooked red lentils 5 times per week at lunch for optimal digestive enzyme activity and maximum absorption. The idea that muscle loss after 70 or 80 is inevitable and something you simply manage is a narrative that serves nobody. The science does not support resignation. It supports action. It supports specific, targeted nutritional choices that shift your trajectory in measurable weeks. Every food on this list is sitting in a grocery store, within reach of your budget, your schedule, and your kitchen. Your muscles are not retired. They are waiting. They are waiting for the specific biological signals only these 6 foods can send. 6 foods: cottage cheese, canned tuna, black beans, sardines, firm tofu, and red lentils. All proven affordable and available right now today. You do not need a prescription. You do not need a trainer. You need the right food at the right time. Start with just 1 food from this list. Add it this week and pay attention to how your body responds. Your strongest days are not necessarily behind you because biology does not care about your age. It only cares about what you feed it.